Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
County leaders say San Diegans have started to slip in their efforts to stay home. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt, and to date the county is now reporting 2,158 cases, 71 more than yesterday. The county also announced 7 more people have died overnight, bringing our total to 70. The county estimates that more than 1,000 people have so far recovered from the disease. And more discussion today on the planning for how we can safely reopen closed businesses, schools, and institutions when medical experts believe it is safe to do so. Reopening will be done in phases. County Public Health Officer Wilma Wooten says that even when businesses do reopen, there will be major changes for a while afterward.
We really have to have many things in place in order to dial down so that we can get back to some sense of normalcy. I really want to encourage and have people realize that things aren't going to be the way they used to be before. We are most likely, until we get vaccines in place to allow us to get some type of herd immunity, we will have to wear facial covers, the social distancing strategies. Even if we open up restaurants for indoor dining, we will still have to have social distancing strategies in place. So I just really ask people to stay the course.
Dr. Wooten stresses that May will be the earliest we could get a feel for a timeline of when we can reopen. San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulkner says city and county leaders are joining forces to create an economic recovery plan.
San Diego will have a plan to open our economy, and the planning has started today. Supervisor Cox and I are assembling a group of civic and business leaders in partnership with the Chamber of Commerce and the Economic Development Corporation. And this group represents a broad spectrum of economic development and business associations from around the entire region, north, south, east, and even from across the border.
Supervisor Cox emphasized the planning group will focus on how we will reopen and not when. That decision rests with the governor. Today, Governor Newsom announced he is assembling 80 of what he calls California's best minds to create a state roadmap for reopening. It includes all 4 living former California governors, as well as a wide range of business professionals that will provide weekly updates.
Every Wednesday, starting next week, as we lay out specific strategies and update you on those 6 areas that we laid out in terms of how we'll begin, not to turn the light switch on, but to move that dimmer back and forth to start to focus on loosening up in a very specific, targeted, and regional way on the stay-at-home order. We are not there yet.
On that note, Newsom stressed the importance of continuing the work that we are all doing to stop the spread amid the conversation about reopening. He says a sobering reminder is the 95 Californians who died in the last 24 hours, the state's highest single-day death toll since the virus attacked. California now has 27,500 confirmed cases with 985 deaths statewide. In LA County, 11,000 people have tested positive, 495 people have died. And many states are criticizing the White House for not outlining a national testing strategy as part of its reopening guidelines. Governors say it is a key part of kickstarting their economies. ABC's Inez de la Catera has more on a new battle emerging between President Trump and the governor of New York.
As states begin to look for ways to reopen, today Jacksonville, Florida, announcing it is reopening beaches and parks.
It's going to be tried right now. It's up to the public to make sure that they do what's good for them and for others. It's public safety that we're looking for.
But New York's governor is making it clear his state won't be able to lift restrictions without widespread testing.
I can do what I can do on the state side, and I will. But the federal government cannot wipe their hands of this and say, oh, the states are responsible for testing.
President Trump tweeting moments later, Governor Cuomo should spend more time doing and less time complaining. Get out there and get the job done. Stop talking. Cuomo responding in real time.
First of all, if he's sitting home watching TV, maybe he should get up and go to work, right? Second, let's keep emotion and politics out of this and personal ego, if we can, because this is about the people.
This comes as the White House unveiled new recommendations for governors to open up America again in 3 phases. President Trump says he's confident a number of states could reopen before the end of the month.
I think 29 states are in that ball game.
But many governors, health officials, and business leaders agree any effort to get back to normal will depend on testing, as some researchers believe people with COVID-19 are most infectious when they are asymptomatic. The White House had promised 27 million tests would be available by the end of March.
Anybody that wants a test can get a test.
But according to Johns Hopkins University, so far, just 3.4 million Americans have been tested. After claiming he has total authority over when and how to lift restrictions, President Trump is now tweeting states need to ramp up their testing. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, Washington.
This afternoon, President Trump updated the nation on the fight against COVID-19. He said testing capability has grown dramatically.
To date, we have conducted more than 3.78 million coronavirus tests, by far the most of any country. It's not even close. In the hardest hit areas such as New York and Louisiana, we've also tested more people per capita than South Korea, Singapore, and every other country. The United States has the most robust, advanced, and accurate testing system anywhere in the world.
The president went on to say that 660,000 rapid tests developed by Abbott have also been distributed. The coronavirus has officially conquered San Diego's unshakable event. For the first time in 50 years, Comic-Con will cancel its annual summer bash this year. 10 News reporter John Horn explains the massive loss, not only in the city's heart, but pocketbook.
Piece of my soul just died this morning when I got the news.
John Fung donned his Robin costume for our conversation Friday. He won't be able to wear it at Comic-Con this year.
It's my little San Diego staycation every year that I take off 5 days off of work from, relax, have some good food, enjoy downtown.
Comic-Con announced Friday that it would not hold its annual July event for the first time in 50 years, citing concerns from the coronavirus. The move sending a devastating shockwave through San Diego's tourism economy. The city estimates the con makes a $149 million impact, including 64,000 hotel room nights over less than a week.
I'm numb about the whole thing.
Ann Callahan owns the Hillcrest House Bed and Breakfast. She's reeling from the loss of Pride and Comic-Con, which follow 2 months of cancellations.
I've had a hard time focusing on just day-to-day business of cancellations and trying to figure out what my game plan is going forward.
Comic-Con spokesman David Glanzer says public health reports and Governor Newsom's statements on large events were key in the decision.
He knows far better than we do. And for that reason, and like I said, others, I think we made the right decision.
But Glanzer predicts next year's con will come back strong.
Hang in there, kids. Things will get better.
And Fung would be part of that superhero punch. John Horn, 10 News.
Comic-Con attracts more than 135,000 people inside the convention center every year. And last year, attendees brought $88 million to the region in direct spending. With Lindbergh Field a ghost town these days, the airport authority is declaring a local emergency. Passenger traffic is down more than 90% at Lindbergh, and hundreds of flights are being canceled every day. The emergency declaration gives the airport CEO the authority to take necessary measures to ensure public and employee safety. It also allows her to alter already approved contracts. A Carmel Valley doctor charged with fraud for selling so-called cures for COVID-19 had his first court hearing this afternoon. 10 News investigative reporter Jennifer Kastner broke the story 3 weeks ago when she interviewed him about accusations of unethical behavior. Tonight, she has the new details from the FBI.
This Friday afternoon, I was instructed to go to the federal courthouse with a mask on to sit and listen to the teleconference arraignment for Dr. Jennings Staley of Skinny Beach Medical Spa. Our cameras were not allowed in, which is standard for federal proceedings. In a downtown federal courtroom Friday, Dr. Jennings Staley was charged with mail fraud in connection to the sale of what agents say he described as a miracle cure for COVID-19. 10 News first told you about the Carmel Valley physician and operator of Skinny Beach Med Spa late last month after he was accused of being unethical for advertising COVID-19 treatment packs that cost upwards of thousands of dollars and included the medications hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin. He spoke to 10 News defending his actions.
I would not prescribe the medication without seeing the patient and evaluating them first.
In a newly filed complaint, investigators reference the 10 News story and say an undercover FBI agent started talking to Dr. Staley, who reportedly said he was selling hydroxychloroquine, adding it cures the disease. It's a miracle cure and perfectly engineered. He's accused of telling an agent that he was smuggling in from China powdered hydroxychloroquine, falsely describing the drug as yam extract. He also reportedly offered to throw in a bottle of Viagra and Xanax, shipping the controlled substance without doing a medical exam. Agents show a picture of what they say he shipped to them last Thursday: azithromycin, Xanax, Viagra, and hydroxychloroquine. As a pretrial condition, the judge said the doctor is not allowed to advertise or sell any of the virus treatments, and he can't contact any of the alleged victims. His next court appearance is May 19th. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison. Jennifer Kastner, 10 News.